Hey guys, C9 recently beat Gambit in the play-in best of 5 series to make real worlds. Yay! NA is in, boys! The series was super duper close and it had NA fans super scared that they might lose to a wildcard team. Oh no. But C9 made it out, so let's go check out the games. This should have been a stomp for C9. Major regions still have a huge lead on wildcard teams in terms of funding, infrastructure, player pool size. C9 did have a lot of rookies, but it was actually their veterans that underperformed. Both Sneaky and Jensen didn't live up to themselves. They're usually the core carry players on C9 and they were both just kinda meh. Sneaky's Draven was super underwhelming, not being able to build a CS lead. He looked much better when he played hard carries like Kai'Sa. And Jensen was apparently slick, but still his performance was really whack, especially the Kassadin vs LeBlanc game. On the other hand, Zeyzal and Licorice were beastly. Licorice continues to be the best player on C9 and I'm honestly so impressed with him. Zeyzal's All-Star was always clutch and a reliable engage for C9 throughout the whole series. I don't want to sit here and go over 5 VODs with you guys, that would be incredibly boring, so let's go over key moments of each game to catch everyone up to the series, especially for people that didn't watch. For people that already watched, this will give you a good reminder on what happened each game. Game 1 was pretty uneventful until this part. Gambit thinks they have a good catch on Jensen, they commit onto him, but he has Zhonya's, Poppy does a great job of knocking him out, and Blabber's able to arrive in time and give Jensen the ultimate, so he survived for a very long time, and now Gambit is stuck under turret of C9. Rest of C9 collapses in and they're able to kill Maokai and they're able to kill pretty much rest of Gambit. They're gonna ace them here and this is gonna mean Baron for C9. When the game is this even and you get a 5-man ace and you're able to take Baron, game's gonna turn a lot, especially when majority of the kills fell onto Sneaky. After getting Baron buff, C9 sets up a siege on top lane and Licorice is able to land a great ult, knocking away 2 people and taking top inhibitor pretty easily. Gambit tries to contest C9, but they're honestly not that strong, and they do actually something cool here, so I want to show you guys. They 5-man port over to mid lane, taking some of the creeps with them, and they're Baron buffed, and they're just going to be able to take the mid inhibitor. I thought this was a really cool play. After this, the game's pretty much over. C9 is just gonna reset and end the game. Game 1 was actually pretty clean from C9 and I was very happy with how they played. Alright, now let's move on to game 2. The first play we're gonna talk about is Diamond invading this blue along with his mid laner Kira. Looks like they're just trying to set up for a blue invade where blue is spawning in a little bit. Rest of C9 collapses. Kira actually gets a great flash here, flashing out of an all-star flash combo, which isn't easy to do at all. And Gambit's going to be able to collapse here with the Tom Control, cleaning up Blabber. After killing Blabber, Poppy and Anivia are trying to do Inferno, and Sneaky walks up a little too forward, and Varus is able to ult him, and Zeyzal's forced to go in, try to save Sneaky, but Edward eats him, and they also get a kill on top of that. And they're gonna get Inferno. This is actually a huge victory for Gambit. Here we are about 14 minutes into the game. Kira's not in a great situation and you can see Jensen going at him with rest of C9 collapsing. But Kench is able to get a great ult, end up right behind C9 and they're gonna be able to clean up pretty nicely here. Blabber feels like he's safe with his ultimate, but Urgot ult's able to pull him out and execute him. And they're able to chase down Jensen also, with Urgot flash queuing to slow and Poppy flashing and chasing behind, and Gambit's actually going to be able to take a pretty decent lead early game. They also take mid turret on top of that. Now Gambit has 3 turrets and an Inferno Dragon before 15 minutes into the game. They're actually in a great spot to defeat C9 in game 2 now. So the game continues with Gambit consistently taking a lead. At this point into the game, they have 3 Inferno, 1 Ocean Drake, 4 Dragons to C9's 0 Dragons, 6 turrets. They're massively ahead and they're seizing on C9's open inhibitor. They took the inhib, but Diamond kind of over-engages, especially when he's going for Blabber and All-Star. That was actually a super weird play for him. So now Gambit has their jungler dead and C9 has all 5 members up, so they're gonna be able to strike back, and I really want to see C9 do something here. They start Baron, and Dazel does a great job of keeping Urgot out, and Licorice going all the way in there, buying time with his Cloud, just staying alive, allowing rest of C9 to get Baron. This was such a clutch play from C9, and yeah, I mean, if they didn't get this Baron, the game would be over pretty soon for them. Unfortunately for C9, we're gonna have Sneaky dying here, but luckily, rest of C9 is gonna be able to make it out since they are stronger and they do have Baron. I don't know what this Urgot was trying. He's gonna die, and rest of C9 is gonna be able to back up. They have the Baron recall. It's gonna be a very quick recall to base. Here we have both Gambit and C9 trying to take control of mid lane. Varus is able to land a great ult on Jensen, and Poppy follows up right afterward. Even though Blaver is able to save him, this wall from Anivia is really great, and they're able to kill Jensen. And with Jensen dead, C9 is going to be lacking a carry, and it's going to be really hard to win the fight. Licorice goes in, gets insta-deleted, and Gambit's going to be able to chase down C9 and end the game here. This was actually a really weird game from C9. They didn't play that well, and I'm heavily questioning this Akali pick into Urgot. They saw Urgot first picked, and they picked Akali into it, thinking it's a counter, but I really think C9's comp needs another tank. They have so much damage already with Kindred, Victor, and Kai'Sa. Yeah, I just did not understand the Akali pick. It wasn't that great of a pick. For game 3, we have my favorite C9 player, Sven Skaren, coming in. Whenever Sven comes in, I think the team plays a little bit more solid. I just love seeing Sven, and yeah, I think Blaver's a good player and all, but it is Worlds and it is a lot of pressure, so I just feel much more comfortable with C9 playing whenever they have Sven Skaren as their jungler. So Gambit AD was actually playing really well this game. Lucian into Draven isn't an easy matchup per se, but he was trading really well with Sneaky, consistently putting on a lot of pressure. Honestly, Edward played pretty bad though, and I think if Gambit's AD was paired up with a better support, they actually would have destroyed C9's bot lane this game. Here we have Edward kind of just chilling and getting hooked by the Thresh. Gambit's AD actually does a great job of going on Sneaky there, but I'm not sure what Edward was thinking here. He went back in, took a turret hit, burned flash, and died. Now, Gambit's top laner is also gonna die. Just isn't looking that great for Gambit in the early game. Okay, here we have a really weird situation from Gambit. Diamond Prox has E-flashed, but for some reason he doesn't lead with it, and Edward also misses his RW. It just super weird from Gambit. Their bot lane should be destroying C9 right now, but they're just straight trolling. Here we have another instance of Edward trolling. I don't know what he's sitting there in that brush for. We know Thresh is there and he just gets hooked and dies. Edward, come on, you're a legendary player. What is this shit? So while all that was happening, Licorice actually got far ahead, took top turret, and he's buying a lot of pressure by himself, forcing Sion to ult, and he constantly has so much bottom pressure. Licorice is just playing really well. Now here we have Gambit trying to engage on Jensen. He's a ride, so he's gonna be very tanky and still do a lot of damage. Look at him chunk out Galio all the way. Galio is forced to burn Zhonya's. Diamond Prox comes in with Edward and them, but they're able to kill Diamond Prox, and Jensen jumps over the wall with Flash, and rest of C9 collapses, killing everyone. They're going to be able to get Baron with this, and this is finally really cementing C9's lead. They had a lot of natural lead from winning lanes and taking turret, but this one play gets them Baron, kills majority of Gambit, and is pretty much the deal breaker. So here we have C9 sieging onto Gambit, and they engage a fight onto Galio. Even though that was a good engage, Jensen's kind of far and he's porting in there. Licorice tried to buy time, but he dies, but now Jensen's here with majority of Gambit's cooldown burned, and he's going to be able to melt everyone. Rides is an incredibly strong champion at this point, and especially when people have their offensive cooldowns down, Rides can just walk up in there and start spell slinging. C9 is able to take mid inhibitor off of that. They walk top. Dazel gets a great hook on Edward. He's able to kill Edward. Kira teleports in here, but honestly, that isn't that great of a teleport, and he's kind of stuck out. C9's going to be able to get the turret and then melt rest of Gambit. Jensen Fried's just doing so much damage. Kira tries to make it out with the ultimate, but nah. C9 is able to just march down, take this inhibitor and leave. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be the game. Double inhibitors. I mean, they're just going to go bottom and end the game. So C9 was able to win this game pretty decisively. But honestly, if Edward wasn't trolling, this game would have been much harder for C9. I really want to see them play better. So game 4 from the pick and bans, we have a very important matchup, Kassadin versus LeBlanc. So C9 counterpick Kassadin into LeBlanc, and how this matchup works is LeBlanc actually wins early game on Kassadin, but Kassadin's able to survive pretty decently, and what the team wants to do is just wait it out until Kassadin hits level 16. Whenever Kassadin hits level 16, he becomes a god mode champion, and he's incredibly strong, and you want to play safe to it and play to this win condition. This is why Kassadin is picked as a counter to LeBlanc, and especially for a comp like this where Varus and Talia and LeBlanc are very squishy and they're very vulnerable to Kassadin, you just wait for that win condition. Like later on, Kassadin and Nocturne just going in on a champion will instantly delete them. I really want to see C9 play to this win condition. Jensen's playing a little up here and Talia is able to get around him and get a good gank off. He's forced to burn flash to make sure he doesn't die. And for some reason, he's gonna walk back up, try to CS because LeBlanc is low, get knocked in because he doesn't have a flash, and just die and give up first blood. You really don't want to be doing this as a Kassadin. We talked about how important it is. LeBlanc's stronger than you early game. Please, Jensen, don't die like this. What the hell, dude? Luckily for us, the next play we're going to look at is something super good from C9. You can see right now it's Gambit's blue timing. LeBlanc and Talia are handing off blue. So there's going to be no one on bot side. They're going to do a 5-man bottom play, killing both members of Gambit, and they're able to take first turret from this. Just a classic purple power play. Whenever blue side is trying to give off blue buff, this is a very strong play. The counter play to that is don't give off blue, fake like you're gonna give off blue and walk down to counter the gank. But Gambit didn't think that far ahead, and it was very well executed from Cloud9. So next thing we're gonna look at is actually pretty hilarious. We have Kira and Jensen 1v1ing each other. Kira's actually winning here. And Svenskeren ults the wrong one. He ults the Kira's clone. You can see which one's real due to the HP regen from Corrupting Pot. Svenskeren must have just panicked. Sneaky's able to get the kill on Kira anyways and cash in his stacks, but it was just hilarious. Also, Zeyzal gets caught out by a great Talia wall. So this is the kind of play I really don't want to see from C9. They're trying to engage onto the Varus, and they kind of overcommit for him. While they are able to kill him, rest of Gambit's pretty nearby, and they pick up Licorice in return, and they're going to be able to chase down rest of C9. The Poppy goes in, he's able to ult Sneaky and knock him up, and they're able to kill Sneaky. You have a win condition in Kassadin. You don't need to play for these kind of kills. It's just super weird. And now Gambit's able to accelerate the game and take Baron. They're on Baron. You see Kira trying to zone away rest of C9. This was such a risky play. I really don't know how I feel about this. See, right now Svenskeren doesn't have flash, so he's not able to enter the pit. So Zeyzal hooks and gives Lantern to Sven to try go for a steal. But they both end up dying. Now they get Baron and 2 kills on top of that. It's just nightmare situation for C9. Here we have Gambit seizing on Cloud9 with the Baron buff. Diamond goes in for a knock-up on Jensen. Jensen gets knocked away, and they're going to be able to take this inhibitor pretty easily. But we have Licorice flanking from the back, and this is as good of a fight C9's going to get. He actually gets a great engage, and everyone just piles on top of the Varus. But they're able to kill the Nocturne, they're able to kill the Kassadin, and rest of C9 are going to have to hightail it out. And with 2 members dead, and Gambit Baron buff, that's pretty much going to be the game. Poor Jensen, he didn't even reach his level 16 win condition. Overall, this game had so many mistakes from Cloud9, and I really wanted to see them play to the win condition of Kassadin into LeBlanc. It's such a strong and a standard win condition that a lot of pro teams know about and know how to play to, and Jensen's a great Kassadin player, so it was just really weird C9 playing this way versus a LeBlanc Kassadin kind of matchup. Okay, so we have draft for game 5, the deciding game to see who goes to the world's actual stages, like the actual group stages. And I actually like this comp from C9 so much. Sneaky finally back on Kai'Sa, Jensen on Rise, and not a Kassadin. And I love Svenskaren's Graves. I think it's one of his best champion. And lastly, but super important, Licorice on Shen on an actual tank. C9 finally has a well-balanced teamfight comp, and I feel so much better about their chances with this kind of comp. Gambit, on the other hand, also has a teamfight comp. This is a pretty dangerous comp. Malzahar, extremely strong, Ornn, extremely strong in teamfights. The only champion that's really bad in teamfights for Gambit is Lucian, and also Gragas does so well into Alistar. It's a counter pick that if you're a great Gragas support player, can absolutely decimate the Alistar. You can cancel out his combos every single time, and Gragas is super effective in teamfights and small skirmishes. So yeah, if Edward's good on Gragas, it's going to be hell for C9. So C9 actually played early game super well, took bottom turret, took the Ocean Dragon, and they're now on Rift Herald. Really good to see. They're in the lead. Jensen also finished his QSS, so he's not going to be in danger of Malzahar plus Olaf ganks anymore. Here you have Edward trying to flank, and Licorice was waiting in the brush, and they're just going to insta-give him. He's not really even going to get to do anything, and rest of C9's very quick to collapse. And looks like C9's trying to set up a siege on mid lane. So Svenskeren is using Herald from brush. Even though Gambit doesn't have any wards, you can actually see this through Fog of War, so it's kind of crazy of Sven to use it there. It's honestly very stupid. Edward is able to knock away Sven, and Jensen tries to get away, and rest of Gambit rush in for Jensen. Even though he has a QSS to get off of Malzahar ult, he's gonna get run down. And this fight actually looks terrible for C9. They were just about to use Herald and set up for everything, but things go pretty wary. Licorice taunts in, but he's gonna die without killing the Malzahar, and Gambit's able to pick up 2 people without anyone dying, and they're gonna be able to get an Inferno off this. They already have 1 Inferno. Them getting a second Inferno is super dangerous for C9. Here we have C9 setting up for a mid push, trying to get priority. Gambit opens the fight by Malzahar ulting the Alistar, who actually has his ult on cooldown, and they're able to instantly melt him. And they also are able to kill Jensen, and with Alistar instantly dying and rest of Gambit closing in, they are able to catch Sneaky off to the side. Jensen is almost dead. This fight is just disastrous for C9. It's a pretty significant teamfight loss. C9 is only able to kill Diamond Procs while Gambit killed both Sneaky and Zazel, and things are just looking really bad for our boys in blue. But here's what I love about C9. They don't play scared just because they're losing. They're trying to control Baron right here, and they catch the Ornn kind of out of position, and Zazel goes in for a great flash WQ combo. Sneaky gets behind there, and he's able to actually deliver the Shen right into their backline by using his ultimate when Shen had the ultimate on him. Very nice teamwork. With 2 people dead, it's a 3v5 situation, and C9 feels really confident about doing Baron, even with the enemy jungler up. They're going to be able to zone pretty nicely, and Zazel gets in a great Hextech WQ combo, kills Diamond Procs, kills Kira. It's going to be Baron for C9. NA, we're not losing to Wildcard. We got this, boys. So here we have C9 seizing with Baron, pushing up bot lane, and for some reason, Gambit engage on the Shen. They burn both Malzahar ult and Gragas ult on it, and Zazel's able to get a counter engage on the Lucian, and Sneaky's just all up in there doing damage. Kai'Sa's a crazy champion this late into the game, and yeah, they're able to kill 2 for just an Alistar. That's hella worse, boys. They're able to continue their push. Jensen just stayed mid, took the turret. I mean, everyone's Baron buff. This kind of split push isn't bad at all, especially when Gambit's just engaging on the Shen. Really questionable play for them. What I really would have liked to see Gambit do is wait until C9's at their inhibitor and then engage. This is a much better formation for Gambit to engage. It was just eager of them to try to kill the Shen at that position. C9's able to take a bottom inhib. Things are looking a little bit better, but we still have to be on our toes. Gambit still has 2 Infernos. So here we have the exact formation I was talking about, where Gambit needs to engage at the inhibitor, not before. They get a pretty decent engage on Sneaky and Zazel, but Alistar has his ultimate, Sneaky has a Banshees and a QSS, and he's going to be getting the Shen ult. This fight isn't going to happen. You're not going to be able to melt Sneaky, get out of his butthole. And yeah, C9 is able to take the Game 5 win, and we're going to the group stage. Yes! Go NA! Honestly though, even with that victory, I don't feel that great about C9. they really need to clean up their play. They really need to think about what kind of engages they're taking and make sure everyone's on the same page and that they are playing to their win condition. The two people I really want to see step up are Sneaky and Jensen. They are the veterans on C9, and this team just isn't a world-class team when Sneaky and Jensen aren't playing well, and the form they've shown just isn't up to the level I expect from them. They can be playing so much better at their best form. Jensen and Sneaky are able to step up, and Licorice and Zazel and Blabber or Sven maintain their good form. I see a chance, I see a world where C9 might squeeze out a group of deaths in Group B. Gen G is a slow starter. RNG, while a very strong team, can be beaten. All hope is not lost. I don't want to bet on them, and I do think it's pretty unlikely that C9 does make it out of groups. I just don't see it happening. It's going to be really hard for them. But C9 always has been a team of miracles, so let's not count them out yet. This VOD review was brought to you by Locodoco and Pro Guys. They've been helping me with editing, and I've been just more than happy to work with them. Please go check out their site. The link's going to be down below.
Pro Guides is the best and easiest way to learn how to master League of Legends quickly and effectively. Backed by the biggest names in League of Legends, whatever concept you're struggling with, we have a guide for it. After watching a guide, if you have any questions, you can use Genius, where a Master or Challenger Pro Guides player will immediately answer any question you have. Get to your dream rank today by signing up for Pro Guides. It's time to be part of our winning program.
And one last thing, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye!